I need to start creating thumbnails.
Yeah, I got my own folder dedicated for thumbnails. Did you need something kind of thrown together real quick, or
Now we can run this without a
a
look,
generic?
just black or whatever the stream's doing.
Okay.
So, but we can next week or something. We can throw together some of them.
Okay.
Let me see if
Next weekend is going to be busy for me. I'm going to a concert on Friday, and then I'll be coming back. Then they have me working on a Monday, which I usually have Mondays off. So that was kind of a bummer. But and then after that, my wedding coming in July 21st, which I'll be gone for basically 3 weeks from the end of July to the first week of August and whatnot. So I trust that you'll be able to do whatever you want to do with it. I'll be able to hop into the booth for most of them, but there's gonna be a few occasions where I won't, especially for this next month and a half.
ooh, that's terrible quality. Jesus.
You having trouble with? I know you got to go into OBS and tweak a lot of settings to make it actually.
Look competent. Competent.
Yeah,
What do you use for bitrate?
I bumped mine all the way up to 6,000. You might even be able to get away with more than that, but for me, I cranked it up to 6,000 on streaming, 6,000 on recording as well, because you have separate settings for recording and streaming.
Yeah, I'm gonna check YouTube again.
6,000 on recording as well, just because you have separate settings for recording and streaming.
Yeah, I'm gonna check YouTube again. Yeah, it's still dog shit.
Let me take a peek at your OBS settings real quick.
I think you should see them, the settings.
Do you have it on a different screen? I only got the main screen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, on mine.
Yeah, it's still
all I
dog
see
shit.
is. Let me take a peek at your OBS settings real quick.
I think you should see them, the settings. I'm gonna close the stream so I don't have overlay. It's encoder, audio, video.
I can tell you right now, my sound is very, very quiet on the recording.
You have the desktop audio pretty low. You think that would be better?
I still don't see your OBS, but I imagine possibly. What did you bump it up a couple notches?
Yeah. It went up to 6,000 like you asked, but let's...
Okay.
I'm gonna stop streaming this one. show me this again. Other submit done. Gonna.
Yep, that fixed the sound. I can hear much better on that. So
All right, now you should see my OBS
okay.
settings, stream, output.
Go to settings.
Yes, I'm on settings, general, or settings, output, video bit.
Why don't I see that? I see your desktop. Might be in share screen.
Yeah. God, I hate Discord. Settings. There we go. You see him now? See him now, Mr. Krabs.
This is a strange one because this is all I see.
I just see my desktop.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you what I have right now. Video bit rates at 650 or 6050, audio rates 160, encoder presets at P5.
I think there was another setting I changed, like HVENC or something, HVENC. Let me go into stream. Okay, are you tweaking the output on it? So output, if you go to output and streaming,
Yeah.
do you have video encoder? What's your video encoder at?
Hardware.
Go ahead and open that. What other options do you have? Do you see one that says NVENC?
Yeah. And
H.264 by chance?
yes, that is exactly what it says.
Yes, I would select that one. That's one I have set for my video encoder.
Yeah, I have that as preset or default.
Okay. My bit rate's at 6,000 kilobytes per second. Rate control, CBR for whatever that means.
Yeah, my bit rate's at 6050. I could probably crank it up to pretty high though, because my CPU is basically chilling.
Okay.
I'm gonna put up to
That's
like.
the only thing I can think of was the video encoder by chance. So, mine says I have it set at medium quality. You might even have option to go good quality or even low quality.
Yeah, I'm setting at P5, which is good quality but slow.
Okay. I mean, even with NR 2003, the graphics aren't that intensive, so I would probably still even go down to P4. And this is on your streaming, right? Not recording?
Yeah, I'm streaming. I have the chat open.
Okay.
I can see you all chatting there. Zentado and Taco Taken. Still see you. Yeah, bitrate's at 10,000 kilobits. Audio bitrate's 160. Encoder preset P4. No hotkeys. It's going through YouTube, so it's kind of a little funky.
Does it seem to be improving though, your frame rate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks better. Looks happier. It's not all blown out. could probably see if I can increase I could probably increase frame rate, because I'm sitting at 30 frames. I could probably crank that up 45, 60.
Well, and I don't know how much of that's tied directly to NR 2003 either. But yeah, you can actually never mind that, because usually when you're not running OBS, the game will be running like 120 frames per second usually. So
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. I can probably tab out of OBS, put it over here. Try make that smaller. Go over here. Yeah. Yeah, now we look like a professional streamer. Look at that. Got the chat going, got the OBS going, got the Discord going. Now it looks like I know what I'm doing.
So do you actually have a dual screen setup?
Yes. Yes, affirmative. I wish I could get 3 screens, but my computer takes half the space. I don't know if you can hear it. Let me turn off my fan. Alright. Thanks for hanging in, everyone. This is my first time. Alright. Let's now finally open NR 2003. Hope everyone can see that.
I'm watching the stream. Oh, I'm delayed. That's why. Never mind.
Yeah.
The damn stream's lagged behind. Well, I mean, it's not lagging, but yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can.
There we go. Okay. Now we're on the same page.
Yes. Alright. Qualifying just starting. No one's out in track yet, of course.
Well, with qualifying, we won't get to see any actual on-track. They keep them kind of ghosted out during the qualifying session, so we'll just kind of... We did get to run a practice session, which was cool, and we got to see a few people out there on track.
Yeah, it was a good, quick little practice session, make sure all these guys have their cars nice and handled. But what we saw is the 33 car having a good 3/10 up on the field.
Alrighty, and there, and it's actually getting some times in on track for qualifying. Currently fastest on lap 1, it looks to be Leighton Aviard in the 43 card.
So far, the 43 is a... Oh, the 80... The 80 car comes up with a 28.13. And let's remind our glorious spectators that we do have our Carvel Flying Saucer extra point, whoever qualifies with the fastest trap speed.
So yes, the pole would belong to the 80, it looks like.
Looks to be.
Osiel Escobar in the number 80.
First point on the board for the Arca REMAX series sponsored by Pontiac. All right, here we go. Cars on track.
Drivers, to your cars.
So let's go through the field, shall we?
So starting on the front row, it looks like we got the 33 of AJ Kosnoff and the 80 of Osiel Escobar. As mentioned already, Osiel gets the first point on the season, qualifying pole position here today.
Still figure this out. Yay!
Kind of nice just to look through all the different paint schemes at least and get a cool rundown of them all.
There we go. Turn it a little down. No. NR 2003 just crashed.
Well, shoot.
Oh.
How did it crash?
I think I was just messing with OBS, bringing down the desktop audio, and it just went, no, let's not do that.
Gotcha. That's okay. It happens.
Oh, I don't want it.
So, in case most of you didn't know, we are at USA International Speedway tonight, and it'll be a 100-lap event. And I guess we'll kind of let it kind of reset here. We get to watch everyone make the 5-minute practice session. Want to just let it roll through the practice and let them see some of the cars on track, get some racing action?
Sure. People have hung around long enough. They deserve to see some sort of action.
As most of you know, we've seen a lot of technical difficulties with NR 2003 in the last year, so it's to be expected from a 20-year-old game. So
yeah, I believe it just turned 20 this year. Or was it? Technically came out 2002, so 21 years.
that looks to be the number 40 coming out on track to make some practice laps here. Actually be featured in the USA Truck Series this season as well, driving the number 26.
So, let people know that these cars aren't too fast, honestly. You know, these cars are relatively slow compared to their higher tier brothers and sisters. You only are seeing about high side speed around here is about 110 miles an hour. You kind of see the speed slowly climb up and slowly climb down as people get ready and shake up.
This too is a really cool experience knowing that all the people from our server put all the work into making the paints for this very special Arca series. So it's gonna be fun and it's gonna be exciting.
Uh-oh. What we got now? We haven't even started racing it. We already got a problem. So, while we're seeing these cars go around, let's kind of go around some of these cars and see who they're driving, what they look like. Because many of you are going to be the first time seeing these cars. Let's start with this Mr. Walkner with the 11 car.
Thought of it too as the weapon. It's not actually. I know when the game crashes, I usually have to cycle out of the what do you call it? The actual ticker programs, I guess, and reset programs, reset OBS. So hopefully that ain't the case. But if anything, we can maybe just roll with what we got. Because it seems to be hung up right now. Let's just go ahead and hop into the main and kind of accelerate through qualifying.
No problem. I'm just trying to get your voice louder. There you go, so you can actually scream over the cars.
Okay.
Because these things are loud. Oh, and it just crashed again.
Okay, so, because I think what usually happens when NR crashes, we might have to go without the ticker. Well, it'll still be there. It'll just say no time recorded.
Yeah, I can reset the ticker.
Okay. I've known it to be very temperamental, so we can kind of try to follow it. Go ahead and hit accelerate through qualifying. So go ahead and click qualifying, because otherwise it'll just generic lineup. If you hit race, it'll skip qualifying.
Yeah,
So it'll always put the same generic lineup, I think, based on driver stats. If you just skip to race.
well, they're all practically identical. You, but there's always a little room for error. So, since we have it paused, we can actually go through the roster without too much trouble.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, everyone, for the technical difficulties.
Okay. So it looks like our pole sitter, which honestly it wasn't much different than our previous one where we had AJ Kosnoff starting second.
So we have our
He is on the pole.
Miss Kinsella Jr. is on the pole in the 09 car, followed by our alleged last pole winner, Krosnoff. Follow that by the sixth. Durham. Yeah, follow that by Durham. Or Cat Durham in the Ryobi AGTO. Then you have the 43 of Leighton Avyard in the Menards Pontiac GTO.
I have a bit of a life hack for you here too. If you do Shift C, it should go backwards one car. Or maybe it's Shift V. Might be Shift V. There we go. And then V moves forward. Is that what you were doing there?
Yeah. So I do have the 33 of Kosnoff on pole, followed by the 09 of Kinsella Jr., then the 6 of Durham, the 43 of Avyard, then the 18 of Newman. Then we have a clone. Bit of cloning here. I'll have to figure that out later. Then we got the 50 of Hayes, the 11 of Walkner, the 16 of Hall, the 13 of Ryan, the 66 of Sheets.
Unfortunately.
We'll talk about his paint scheme in a moment. The Tom Fullington in the 88. Radna in the 79, Huddleston in the 69, Gupta in the 27, Escobar in the 80, Stefan in the 78, Paulus Jr. in the 64, Thal in the 40, Drake in the 21, Gaiman in the 51, Centine Messi in the 24, Reddick in the 4, and Luxembourg rounding out the field in the 14.
I wanted to apologize real quick because I was talking and I didn't hear him, and so I didn't exactly. I was saying unfortunately to the clone, and I'm like at a delay just a little bit. So
I think you can see my OBS.
no, it's gonna crash if we leave NR again.
Yeah, exactly what's gonna happen.
Damn it.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. But we're gonna run through this again.
I didn't realize it was gonna be this tedious.
Nor did I. So we're just gonna skip the race, because I think we know what's gonna happen.
So we just, and luckily the races will be short here in the Arca series, so I'm not too worried of the race crashing on us mid-race, as long as we can get it rolling.
Great. The settings of the the roster changed, or the order changed now. Let's let's not worry about that as of the moment. Let's just get to racing, all right?
It wouldn't be the NSSR series without a little bit of chaos, right?
Gotta love it. Gotta love a little chaos.
So go ahead and actually hop into the car to try to get past this 300-second. It has a 300-second delay to the start of the race. Yep, and then retire. That's the quickest way I do it. Some people accelerate through it. I just, and if you go ahead and hit the live button, perfect. Alrighty. 100 laps here at USA Speedway. How long is this track, by the way?
It is 3/4 of a mile. So it's
And
about 75 miles, 100 laps.
is there a touring series that's prominent at the racetrack that comes here? Is it a NASCAR sanctioned, like ARCA series, actual like real life ARCA series come here?
Well, they used to, but in the real world, this place eventually shut down and was unfortunately demolished.
Okay.
But here they come to the restart stone, and it's green flag for the first ever race of the Arca REMAX series.
Front of the field, we have 64. That is not on my list. Oh, Daniel Paulus. There we go. Daniel Paulus is a interesting. Got three wide racing in the mid pack there.
Now, in the first lap completed, we already got 3 wide racing. This is gonna, I can already tell you, this is gonna be a great series.
Yeah, let's get back to what I was saying on Daniel Paulus, though. It's an interesting case there because he's actually graduated up the cup already with his stellar car, Jacob Shangle Racing, running 1-2. Osceola Escobar cracking up to third there. Josh Gaiman fighting on the outside. Actually cracks his way into third.
That 40 car is stuck high. He's losing positions fast. Wow, they start getting settled here. Let's talk about the 66. With special request from General Motors, I can't believe they allowed this, they put a Buick sticker on a Pontiac.
Well, I guess in a way too, you can relate with your Ford truck having a sponsor for Volkswagen Beetle.
I mean, that's one thing of different brands, but this is some internal fighting.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting one.
I gotta wonder what kind of shenanigans he pulled to get a Buick sponsor on a Pontiac. Let's go back to our front leader, the 64 of Paulus Jr., and he's just running away.
With 100 laps at this length of a track, we won't see pit stops, right?
It's a possibility if a question does come out. I've seen during practice sessions of my own, they do come pit every once in a while. If a question does come out, like most real stock car drivers do, you have the opportunity to take it. But if it goes green flag all the way, I doubt we'll see any green flag stops.
Ooh, it looks like Osceola getting up to second, maybe. Yeah, Osceola up to second. Silas falls back to third. Kaylee working her way up into the top 5. About to get third. Silas going back to third. And he's going to get stuck in that high lane. It's going to be like any typical short track. You want to have that inside line.
Of course, fastest way around the track. The inside line is king. You can already see from the monumental amount of practice sessions and in practice races we ran, you can already see the groove where the people are running the most.
Osceola might make this interesting here. Kaylee, she definitely has a fast. Maybe it's got a Buick under the hood.
Maybe.
She's getting up to second there. Osceola ain't gonna let that happen very easily. Slides right back in front of her.
Right back into formation. You see the top 3 drivers or so kind of hold out formation. But as you start coming back, it gets more and more chaotic.
Silas still stuck on that outside line. Actually, he got into the inside and got shuffled back high again. Quinn Ryan making a move here for third. Looks like he's going to get Kaylee taking that third spot away. It's been an interesting kind of, you got some shake and bake going on. Some drivers show the speed and then lose the momentum.
Yeah, talking with the technical team, suspect these cars have around 400 horsepower in their short track configuration, which may sound like a lot, but remember, these are cars that are 3,000 pounds. So not a lot of power, but a lot of weight. So momentum is a big thing.
Looks like right now, based on the running order on the side ticker we got there, since our main ticker had some technical difficulties. Looks like Lotus King was on the back end of the track. 14, which is GT Luxembourg. Then you got Andre Stefan and AJ Kosnov outside of the top 20. Inside the top 20, it looks like you have Leighton Avier, followed by 19th place, Nancy Messi. Then Nate Newman in 18th, matching the car number 18. We go up one more spot, the 6 of Kat Durham, and then the 4 of James Reddick. Looking like track position is going to be key here tonight. Anyone outside the top 15 are going to have their hands full. Oh, it looks like we got a mechanical failure or something. I do believe that was Silas Middleton in number 69. That Seahawks colored. He was up front.
Yeah. There's got to be something wrong with that 69 car then. If that's a mechanical failure, I feel really bad for that 69 team. It's only 20 laps in, there's already a problem.
Could have been a flat tire too, but now a lap down, that's going to make any chances of winning here go out the door.
Absolutely. Looks like he's gonna stay in there. Let's head back to our leader here, 64 car, and he almost has the entire front stretch. But it looks like the 69 car is coming back out the pits. Possibly a little troubles.
Wow, we got a new contender for second place, I do believe. Is that Gaiman? No. I could have swore I saw a white and black car. But still, Osceola Escobar second, followed by now third place, Quinn Ryan.
But you can absolutely see what kind of racing rules at this track. But next week, we're going to throw them a little for a loop. We're going to Daytona Road Course.
Exciting.
Oh, looks like the 69's having some more problems. He's back into the pits. And he's right back out. Maybe during that last stop with a possibly blown tire, maybe lost a lug nut.
wow, Osiel's kind of catching up to the lead here. Still got a lot of races, 75 laps to go when they cross the finish line this time. I definitely do feel that the heartbreak, I wouldn't even call it an award. It's more of a distinguished, unfortunate title, I guess. The Heartbreak Award for the 69 car having been up as high as second here today. And multiple laps down now. Trapped 4 laps down at the moment.
Yeah, you gotta feel bad for the 69-19 first outing out this track with this car, and there's nothing but problems with that. Hopefully, next week they can fix whatever's wrong with that car and come back.
The interesting part about being a spec series and whatnot, we've got teams tied to the series. I know for a fact that, like, JSR being a predominantly Ford team, this is untreaded territory for most team owners and whatnot.
Yeah. We have a very basic Chevy small block under these cars, very lightly modified by General Motors quite generously, and all these guys are regulated to a Gen 6 2013 to 2016 chassis, so they're all relatively on a really nice even playing field.
Things are getting kind of spicy here at the front.
Yeah, it looks like we've got action up front.
This too is going to be the exciting part about this Arca series, is the great unknown. And I don't think we're going to see any standout dominance. You're going to see a lot of parity between drivers and teams. It's really going to give these guys a foot in the door to climbing into the bigger rides throughout the series.
Absolutely. I know the 64 car, I know that Junior there, I know he's got a cup ride waiting for him. I think this is more of a fun expedition for him, honestly, but I think he's having fun.
It kind of shows you there the expertise, the knowledge from him, as he's been racing trucks in Busch so far, and getting in an Arca car like this, it's like a fish to water.
But most of these guys are relatively unknown, but they're still keeping up with him. You know, the 80 and the 13 are only about not even a second away, and they're holding up.
It's quite funny because I'm looking back at all of the drivers, and the crazy part is Daniel Paulus kind of lucked his way up into a cup ride. I wouldn't want to say that because he still earned it. He had a beyond stellar Busch season this year where he had a part-time ride that turned into a full-time ride and made it to the final 4. Man, oh wow, that's getting close to the front. I like seeing those 4 cars all fighting for the lead here.
Again, a perfect example of a great reason why spec series are becoming much more common, is that you have these very unknown drivers with the exact same car as these top guys, and you kind of ruin the idea of the car with the equation. It's mainly about driver. But see, perfect example of that outside line being the one not to have. 64 just lost his first place position to the 80.
Ryan's too a fight here with Osceola. Osceola is going to get credited with leading that lap, but just barely.
Let's take a interior look at this 13. See how he's doing. See, we're only getting about 8,000 RPM out of these cars. I think this is the tightest the field's been in quite some time here. As you can see, we've got about 6 cars within striking distance. Yeah, the entire field within 10 seconds, which is about half the track, besides 69 cars 10 laps down.
That's impressive. That was almost 3 wide for the lead there when I popped up right there. That was like, man, that looked like we could have a photo finish here at the end of this one.
Still got a long way to go. I wouldn't count it out.
That high line ain't gonna prevail to make a pass. He's just trying to find the speed wherever he can find it right now. Impressive, the 21 now up to 3rd. And the driver in the number 21 car is Josh Drake. Josh Drake has made a select amount of starts in the USA Truck Series. Not been able to secure a full-time season of racing within our series, but definitely guaranteed a full season here in Arca. That was kind of our pre-qualifications to get into this series. You couldn't be much of a full-time driver in the trucks or Busch series, and specifically not a Cup, I guess a full-time Cup driver, as that would be the final stepping stone within the series.
Yeah, that's going to be really fun with the series, is that as seasons go on, we're going to have a revolving door of drivers making their first starts, doing their final season as they gotta ride. So it's going to be interesting how newcomers come out and these alleged old-timers are kind of showing them up.
Wow, that looked like a mistake there from Osceola. He slid way up the track. I think he got into the marbles there and lost all his momentum. This gave Josh Drake the opportunity to steal the lead away.
And now he's trying to regain that control, regain that that feeling he had in that car, or that trust, if you will, because once you hit those marbles, you lose that trust of your car. It's kind of hard to get that back.
Still plenty of time to make up for that mistake. Looks like these are actually kind of breaking away from the rest of them for a little bit.
It's also good to see some tire wear, even with 100 laps. You can see some of these drivers coming out of 4. Their back end's getting a little loose coming out of 4, and it's kind of messing up a little bit.
I think there used to be a saying about being fast, you got to be loose and out of control.
Exactly. But you never... It's always almost out of control, if you will. Because if you're out of control, there is no control, I guess.
Yeah, that's right in the fine line for sure, because if you're on the edge and out of control, you put it in the wall and really make it harder for the rest of the race.
Absolutely. These old Cup cars, these 2013, 2016 cars, they're very sturdy, but there's still a lot of leeway of pushing and bumping. So, sure, you can get back racing, but how powerful are you going to be?
So within the first half of the race, we've seen the lead change hands numerous times. It's been an impressive we have a little bit of a dominant stretch here from one driver to the next driver to the next.
See those tires begin to wear. That 66 car lost the groove and slid up the track a little bit. Here's our leader, the 21 car. There's about a 3-second gap from the car back, which is about a full corner here on USA International Speedway.
It's been impressive so far. We've made it through without any cautions yet. Of course, my commentator's curse will probably strike, and we'll see one here shortly.
Of course, but you never know. But it looks like the 21 car is kind of running away at the moment. It's now a 4-second lead over the 80 car behind. Now, making this ARCA schedule with a bunch of the racing officials, they wanted the idea of everyone has a chance to win, so we've got a great mix of tracks. We got some dirt tracks, we got some really short ovals, we got long road courses, we even got a Atlanta Motor Speedway, which is kind of our biggest oval we're going to see this year.
Otsiel falls back to third. Quinn Ryan in second. But that gap continues to grow little by little. This time by, we'll see that gap has gone to now 6.5 seconds roughly. It's going to be just a matter of time before the 21 car starts to catch lap traffic.
Absolutely, it's only going to be a matter of time. I mean, with the 13 and 8 fighting each other, he's just on cruise control at this rate. Oh, the 8 is going to take back his P2 position from the 13 of Ryan.
Go ahead and cycle the standing there so we can see 11th to 20th. Let's see. Okay, so the 18 is 13th. So Nate Newman running 13th. LG Motorsports will be the 16 and the 18, so the teammates kind of sticking together there, especially now when they bumped up to 11th and 12th.
Let's check back on the leaders. We've been so high on the leader. Let's see what everyone else is coming out to.
Things kind of squared away with Ticker next time around. I know for a fact that I haven't I guess, informed Andrew on all the different caveats and tricks and all the stuff. It's just
even the back of the pack is having some really nice battles. You got a three-way battle between the 14, 33, and 51.
I'm actually surprised that the leader, Quinn Ryan, hasn't caught up to these guys quite yet.
I can see him just coming out of 3 and into 4 there. Like, he did just pass a lap car though. Oh, the 9 car.
Lotus King.
And next on the chop block is going to be that 24 car. There's now a 10-second gap between the leader and second place. Even though it's still for second, there's still plenty of battling.
Cool part is in the top 5 we got 2 gals running there. 66 of Kaylee Sheets and the 79 of Rose Reyna.
Looks like our recent leader's gone really high, trying to find any grip that he can to get back up front.
Almost 3 wide there for the position. That might not end well.
There they go, 3 wide. Oh, they touch, they touch. 87 going back and forth. Oh, two car. That's 2 cars. First caution of the day. Between the 27 and the 88.
88 being the William, yeah, that's right, William Kinsella Jr. in the 88. And the 27 of Tashi Gupta.
Now, let's go back in time a little bit to see what happened between the two. We saw a little bit of what happened, but I want to see what happened play by play. Looks like just some pretty hard racing. The 88 got a little loose, started going bumper to bumper, 64 up into the 64, back down into the 27, and it just went from there. But good job on the 2788 for holding the brakes and backing it down when they knew they had no longer control of the car.
That'll set us up with a really good reset here.
Absolutely. Let's see if anyone decides to come down pit road. With our
I know for a fact the one person that did not want to see this caution was the 21 car there.
Absolutely. I'd be in there. I'd be thinking, oh God, what to do now? Because now he had 11, almost 12-second lead last time we've checked. And now all that lead is gone. There's our Dodge Charger police pursuit pace car.
I know that AI do not really put much emphasis on strategy in the game, but it would be a really smart move right now to come down pit road if you're not the leader. I mean, there's free tires and gas. I mean, the gas ain't gonna be a problem. You might as well just put tires on and not gas it up to keep the weight down on the cars. Try to keep it lighter in the tail end.
Absolutely. But again, this surface is pretty old, so you gotta wonder how bad are those tires at this rate.
And I can always see the devil's advocate. You don't want to lose track position, so why come down pit road if you know that everyone else might stay out? So it's a tough decision no matter what.
No, absolutely. You know, the 21, he has no reason to come down pit road, but the 09 or even the 13 right behind him have absolutely a bunch of reasons to come down. But lights in the pace car is off. One to go. We've got a 2 cars up in the front, 2 lapped cars, and the 09 at 69. but everyone else staying up high as we get ready to go to green here.
I did want to highlight too, it was kind of fun having a Arca draft to get this field lined up. It was something different from anything we've done in all the series, whether it be Truck, Bush, or Cup. And all the team owners got to chime in on who they wanted their driver to be. So
All right.
Fun seeing.
All right, here we go. Green flag with only 25 laps to go.
And with that Arca draft, it's kind of nice seeing who's kind of got the diamonds in the rough here. I mean, there's a lot of racing to be done this season, but it's kind of cool seeing kind of the breakout success that we have here tonight at USA Speedway. 24, 23.
As we fall back through the order here, we've got 2-3 wide racing all the way, almost the whole way down. We got 3 wide between the lap cars 69, the 16, and the 64. Oh, little contact between the 09 and the 64.
Could possibly test the old adage here of cautions breed cautions.
Oh no, absolutely. Oh, but unfortunately that 69 car is having still more and more problems as the race goes on.
I've seen that before in a lower league series, specifically wheel-in modified series where the driver kept turning laps and even though the car was not up to par, they were still classified as finishing the race. So I can only imagine the 69 doesn't want to retire and they're keeping it alive just so that they can say they didn't DNF here today.
No, absolutely. You know, as a driver, you don't want to call it quits, even though you know you should. But, you know, you've got that little spark of hope. Maybe something can happen for me to change my luck around.
Things are staying relatively close here at the front as we are going to hit 18 to go this time by. That caution was just the antidote that the doctor ordered up here to give us a potential exciting finish.
Talk to a lot of drivers these days. That 21 car is probably asking the spotter, okay, hey, how many tanks to the car back every single lap? He wants to know what's working, what's not working, so he can get as far away as possible. Trying to make the pass clear around that 80, but just couldn't do it this corner. They're going to go side by side up to the start-finish line. The 80's got the run, but 13's still there. The 80's has the high side, but 13's still down low. Oh, 80 gets a little loose. Loose in the marbles. 13's right there and clears him with that little mistake.
Kind of Kevin Harvick-esque moment right here with the number 50 car. You can see the Dubby, number 50 of Dalton Hayes, up in 6th. Don't exactly know where he came from, but there he is.
No, absolutely. This is great. This is great. Why? I feel as if this is probably one to be the best series as of the moment. You've got these people just come out of nowhere, kind of been off the radar this whole race, but here he is, almost 10 laps to go, holding up the top, kind of knocking on the top 5 front door here.
And even top 3 within the conversation with number 50.
Absolutely. But man, that 21's just gone. Here's everyone going past the 40, the 80 and 66.
Go ahead and bump the standings down 11 20. Wow, Brian DeBlanc drops all the way away. Joshua Gaiman drops all the way back to 20th. Brian DeBlanc actually made the paint scheme for the 51. That's where I was getting hung up on. 27 got in that wreck earlier. Looks like trying to make a last moment recovery here and get some points to the otherwise. Well, the 88, which both of those kind of sticking hand in hand together there. 3 wide lap car. And laps to go. Well, we'll go ahead and hop back up to the front here. I'm thinking it's going to be hard for anyone to contest for the win here as Josh Drake continues to stretch it out. But
We just saw earlier that caution, and out of nowhere kind of messed his whole groove, but never know, 5 seconds is a lot of time.
For Chaz Chadwick, the stream here, we got, unfortunately, a clone car. I don't know how it happened. It might have been my fault. Who knows? But it was, we'll get it fixed for the next race. It's actually supposed to be the 9, which I believe is a Ryobi / Home Depot car. So it's the team car to the number 6. And it has the wrong paint scheme on it.
Again, it's a 20-year-old game. You're expected to see some little issues here and there.
To about a 6-second lead here as we're closing up 9 laps to go. Actually, 6 laps to go. Wow, looks like Osiel's dropped a few more spots back to, ouch, outside lane there, about 7.
I think that little slip up kind of lost some of that trust with this car.
Must have used their stuff up here.
It was like 50's going to try to make the move on him, but no, the 80 chops down on him. But the 80, really trying to find anywhere he can find the grip to bring at least some points back. He could try making a move on the 4 on the inside. For giving him a little trouble on that outside, but he's still fighting for it. 4 laps to go. Man, the 21 is just in a world of his own.
Well, before we get the last lap underway, I just wanted to say thank you, Andrew, for taking this under your wing. It's going to be fun, and I'm excited. I'll be in the booth as many times as I can. I know I've got a busy schedule lined out here going into the summer, but
Oh, absolutely.
take it from here.
All right, coming down to 2 to go. Oh, this time by. It's coming up on a piece of lap traffic, 33 car. Our question is, will 33 car not stay lapped? Will get lapped by the time the race is over. Though
Funny,
getting
that you mentioned Play Freebird. I had an experience where I was running a race way back in 2010, and Freebird just kind of matched up with the game perfectly once. It was an experience. That song goes with every moment of NASCAR.
but yeah, here's the white flag lap. Coming down the backstretch into 3. And a very decisive and absolutely outstanding win for the 21 team.
Congratulations for Boyd Motorsport and Josh Drake taking home the win here today. USA, the inaugural overall Arca race winner.
I have to give my hats off to them for absolutely driving the wheels off of that 21 car, just running away with the race. Even with that caution, you just seemed like he's gonna hold the race on. But looks like the 69 car, we figure out why he's having so many problems. He's had a fuel pump issue.
That took quite a while to yeah, no, he was trying to limp it along as long as he could there.
Guess the General Motors has to go back to drawing block on that fuel pump for him, because if that's going to happen again at Daytona, I don't want to see what happens. But I'd like to thank everyone for sticking by us with our technical difficulties and holding out for the race.
Very much, it was fun to spectate. I'm excited for the rest of the season, and congratulations for Josh Drake.
Absolutely, congratulations to our inaugural race winner of the Arca REMAX series, sponsored by Pontiac.
Keep your eyes peeled for results and standings to be posted later sometime, so.
Absolutely. I would like to thank you, Jacob Shingle, for sticking me in the booth. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to run this series.
Oh, heck yeah. No, yeah, it's awesome. I'm glad to see the series growing beyond just my own little, universe of racing. So it's going to be a fun season, and hopefully we'll see some surprise winners all season long. So never know, we might see some surprise drivers hopping in we get more people joining our server that are seeing these races, um, I could potentially make that 64 car a rotating driver because Daniel Paulus technically is still eligible for the ARCA Series Championship. So, but that I'll fill in on more of that later. So I'll go
Yeah.
ahead and let you close it out.
So I'd like to thank everyone for sticking by us, and thank you for watching round 1 of the Arca REMAX series sponsored by Pontiac, where you got to see the 21 driver absolutely run away with a 100-lap race. Thank you, bye, for sticking by us, and hope you enjoy another great race ace soon.